Hey everyone, so you're trying to get some serious welding done, but every time you pull the trigger, the gun feels like it's about to fall apart in your hands? Or maybe the cable just can't handle the heat and starts fraying after a few minutes? Yeah, I've been there too, and it's frustrating as heck. I've spent countless hours in the shop, trying to get a project done, only to have my welding gun let me down. But I found something that actually holds up under pressure: the Lincoln Electric Magnum 450-8 Welding Gun. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This thing is built like a tank. I mean, it's rated for 450 amps, so whether you're working with 3/32 inch or up to 0.120 inch diameter wires, it can handle it without breaking a sweat. I've used it on thick steel plates and even some outdoor projects where the conditions weren't exactly ideal, and it just keeps going. The heavy-duty trigger switch gives you that positive electrical contact every time, so no more misfires or inconsistent welds. That alone saved me a ton of time and frustration. I've worked on projects where I had to weld for hours on end, and this gun just kept performing. I didn't have to worry about it overheating or wearing out prematurely, which is a huge plus if you're doing professional work or just want a gun that won't quit on you halfway through a project. One of the biggest issues I had with other welding guns was the cable. It would get hot, the rubber would start cracking, and before I knew it, I was dealing with exposed wires. Not with this one. The reinforced rubber jacket is seriously tough. It's flexible enough to move around your workspace but durable enough to take a beating. I've dragged this thing across rough shop floors, stepped on it a few times by accident, and it still looks brand new after months of use. I've also used it in tight spaces, like welding inside a car frame, and the cable has held up great. It's not stiff or brittle, so it doesn't crack or break easily. That's a huge advantage when you're working in confined spaces or trying to get into tight corners. The 15-foot cable is another game saver. It gives you plenty of room to move around your project without constantly repositioning your welder or yourself. I've welded in tight corners and awkward spots where a shorter cable would have made the job nearly impossible. Plus, the 45-degree nozzle is a nice touch. It helps you get into those hard-to-reach areas without straining your wrist. I've worked on projects where I had to weld overhead, and the nozzle made it a lot easier to get into those tight spaces. It's also helped me avoid fatigue, since I didn't have to contort myself to get the weld just right. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I need to reach even farther? Well, Lincoln Electric has alternate gun tubes available for select models, so you can customize it based on your specific needs. Whether you're working on a big fabrication project or just need that extra reach for a tricky weld, this gun has you covered. I've used it on smaller projects, like welding up a frame for a DIY project, and it's been perfect. But I've also used it on larger projects, like building a trailer, and it's performed flawlessly. The versatility is one of the things I love about this gun. It's not just a one-trick pony. Another thing I really appreciate is the 60% duty cycle rating. It meets the NEMA specification EW3, which means it's built to last. I've run it at high amperage for extended periods, and it doesn't overheat or wear out prematurely. That's a huge plus if you're doing professional work or just want a gun that won't quit on you halfway through a project. I've worked on projects where I had to weld for hours on end, and this gun just kept performing. I didn't have to worry about it overheating or wearing out prematurely, which is a huge advantage when you're working on a deadline. Let me be real for a second, no product is perfect. All in all, if you're tired of wrestling with a flimsy welding gun that can't keep up with your workload, this Lincoln Electric Magnum 450-8 is the one to get. It's reliable, tough, and built to handle whatever you throw at it. I've put this gun through its paces, and it's come out on top every time. I've used it on small projects and large ones, and it's performed flawlessly every step of the way. If you're ready to upgrade your setup, this is the gun to get. It's an investment that will pay for itself in the long run, and it will make your welding life a whole lot easier. Happy welding, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you're ready to take your welding to the next level, check it out, link is below.